Hi friend, Shereese here, and today we're talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Season 6. We're also going to talk about what we are really looking forward to in Season 7, so stay tuned. Welcome to the TNG Podcast, the number one place in the Alpha Quadrant to geek out about all things Star Trek The Next Generation. I'm your co-host, Shereese.
Hey, I'm your co-host, Andrea. It is a Season 6 wrap, baby.
Pew, pew, pew.
We did it. Season 6, the penultimate season is behind us. I have some very strongly mixed feelings about it. How about what do you feel? Sort of, what's your initial thoughts on being done with Season 6?
You know, that's a great question. I didn't even think about that because I didn't know you were going to ask me that until right now. So I had no thoughts about my feelings on Season 6.
We always do initial thoughts.
We do. I don't know why I was surprised. You know, some of my highlights from Season 6 was that we had a few guests on, and we haven't done that in a few seasons.
Yeah, that was fun.
Honestly, for scheduling reasons, like it's hard to juggle it all, but it was really fun to kind of have guests again and just have a different perspective mixed in with ours. Yeah. What I did think about is how I'm feeling about moving into Season 7, which is negatively. I do not watch Season 7. Like, we've talked a lot on the show about how I always skip Season 1. And I was actually thinking yesterday, I was like, should we call it Season 1 or should we call it Season 0? It's like the prologue of the book. Does that count as a chapter in any case?
Yes.
So I always skip season.
I
skip Season 1 and half of Season 2, and then I always skip Season 7. So I just go like 2 to 6, so over and over and over. And then
there is a lot of good stuff in those seasons. Like, there's such a bounty of great episodes. Yeah.
So I was looking over what's coming up for Season 7, and I was like, there are only 4 episodes that I'm legitimately excited about, and maybe additional 3 episodes that I think are good. And then the rest, man. So
welcome to Season 1 again.
Exactly. But with better characters.
worse, but better, right? Because it's worse because
the stories I just think are boring too. I still love the stories.
Well, and I'm also sad that it's ending. Yeah. But it's better because the characters are so much more flushed out. Yeah, so where they're great. Yeah, I have very mixed feelings about it. It feels really bittersweet because I really hate that this show is ending.
It's super sad.
It is super sad. Like, we've had such a great time making the podcast, and I'm sure as listeners, you guys, the vibe comes through. Like, we just are having so much fun together, and I feel really, really sad that like that is ending. So it's bittersweet for me, but like also I feel a great sense of pride because I'm like, we did it. Like, we got through 175 episodes, which is so great. But yeah,
honestly, didn't think we were going to. I was like, we're probably not going to make it past Season 1. No, because recording a podcast every week is a lot of work, especially with two people who work 2 full-time jobs and don't live near each other or anything like that. I was like, at some point, this is going to fall apart. We're not going to be able to keep it in our schedule. Where it's just other more important things are going to crowd it out. And I'm honestly shocked that we made it to the finish line. But I just knew, like, however long we do it for, it's going to be so fun. So I was like, whatever, you know, if it's 1 season, 2 seasons, it'll be great. And
guys, this is why Shereese is such a great friend. Shereese is she's the friend you want because she's the least judgmental person ever. Even if like it falls apart, she'll be like, okay, well, it did. Well, it was fun to listen, so that's cool. Like, she will not judge. Like, Shereese is just the best. Like, I really did win like the friendship lottery. I really did.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. Okay, so let's break down a couple of episode favorites, maybe some least favorites, and some things we're looking forward to. Do you have a few favorites you want to talk about with Season 6?
Yeah. For Season 6. Okay, no. I just was looking for Season 7 because I feel like we did that at the beginning of Season 6 of like, what are we looking forward to? But some things in Season 6 that I just really loved. Like, I really loved Descent. Part 1 and Part 2. Like, if you did not hear my excitement over the past, like last week's episode and next week's episode, just loved that. Super fun. We got to do a Timescape, you know, one of our all-time favorite episodes.
That's my number 1 favorite for Season 6.
Yeah.
It's just an all-time great.
Yeah. And when I look back, and I think was season 6 is when we had True Q, right? Like way at the beginning. And we had Fistful of Data way at the beginning. There was just kind of hit after hit after hit in Season 6.
There's something about Season 6 for me. Like, Season 3, 4, and 5 just flew right by where I was like, wow, how are we done already? Season 6, I think there was a little bit of like a paradigm shift into like a lot heavier topics in season 6, where we had the chain of command, which was really heavy.
Right.
That's the one where Picard gets captured and tortured. Like, those are really heavy. Descent part 1 and 2, they're brilliant episodes, but they're very heavy.
They're very dark
in terms of, they're very dark. So this episode sort of felt to me like it dragged at the end a little bit, but it's just because we were heavier topics. But yeah, Timescape is one of my all-time favorites. Relics, that's a throwback from early season 6. That's where Scotty comes back and they've got the Dyson sphere.
That
so
was
much fun.
Such a great episode.
So fun. Just it's like just the cherry on top of a Sunday. Yeah. And then I also love True Q, because I love anything with Q, but Amanda's a young Q, like coming to terms with her powers. That's fun. Starship Mine is another favorite. The Baryon Sweep.
So good. That was a shocker for me because I always skip that one, confusing it with some other episode. And OMG.
And we get
great.
Hutch and Data having the small talk Olympics. Oh, it's so fun.
Everything about that was another perfect episode. Everything about it was like great. There was not a second wasted in that episode. And it's the kind of episode that as soon as you're done reviewing it, you immediately want to watch it again.
Totally. You know what another one is that I want to rewatch immediately as soon as I finish it is Ship in a Bottle. That like Moriarty comes back and he's like bigger and badder than ever. And it's just,
so clever. Takes over the ship from the freaking holodeck. Come on now.
Yeah.
Talk about boss moves.
Seriously. Okay. I have a couple of like honorable mentions that I was like, if I do my top favorites, this list is going to be like a mile long. Chain of Command Part 2, like those torture scenes were done with so much incredible care. From the writers and the actors. It's very disturbing to watch, but wow, the amount of work shines through. Man of the People, that's like episode 2, I think, of season 6. That's when Deanna becomes that vessel of negative emotions. And then it's always fun to see her like age rapidly and become this like really unhinged, like super negative psychopath.
Sex goddess.
Yeah, but with like cool hair and makeup. Come on, girl. Fistful of Datas.
Clothes.
Yeah, super cute clothes. Fistful of Datas. Come on.
Just a good time. Just such a good time.
Yeah.
Going to the ancient West.
And then we also had Time's Arrow Part 2 was the very first episode of season 6.
Which is actually much better than Time's Arrow Part 1.
Totally. So, way better.
Way better. Yeah.
Okay. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? Which
we not? Can we airlock that episode? Just airlock. Airlock.
I think you guys know exactly what we're talking. We're talking about Aquiel.
When I put that back into season 1 where it belongs.
When I listed my least favorite episodes, I wrote Aquiel, and then for the next bullet point, I wrote, "Don't forget Aquiel." And I was like, Aquiel again.
She made her top 1 and top 2.
Yeah, I had a few least favorites. Like Frame of Mind, to me, just it creeps me out.
Really
because
disturbing.
Yeah, because Riker can't keep his grip on reality. Birthright Part 1, all that Data's dream bullshit, pass, hard pass, pass.
That was a waste of an episode. I think we can agree that we're not going to put that in season 1. We can just delete that. That was unnecessary.
Just delete it. And then another one I'd be happy to delete is Tapestry. And I love Q, and I love a Q episode, but when like young Picard, but looking the same as Patrick Stewart, and he's making out with a 17-year-old actress, I was like, pass.
But I wonder though, see, that one I wouldn't delete. That one I'd probably rewrite with a young Picard. And I think if we saw that episode, it still wouldn't be the best because it wouldn't have any characters we recognize.
Yeah.
But it at least would have been more watchable, like easier to watch.
That's true. Well, I mean, girl, like even in that little flashback with Q, we had a young actor play Picard for a second. Why couldn't we just have that guy? Yeah. Oof. Okay. Well, what are you looking forward to in season 7?
Okay. So I've got 4 episodes that I'm actually looking forward to.
Awesome.
And the first episode is, it's Descent Part 2. So that one's going to be next week. And it's just as great as Descent Part 1, which is so refreshing, so wonderful for a 2-parter. I'm looking forward to Parallels. That's the one where Worf is kind of jumping through time. I love a good jump through time kind of a storyline. I think we've established, Timescape, like stuff like that, all the kind of Groundhog's Day type stuff I freaking love. So that one I really enjoy, seeing all the different kinds of lives that Worf could have lived.
Parallels is cool.
It is cool. And it's one of those ones that I can watch again and again and again because I'm like, ooh. Then we've got one of my all-time favorite episodes of ever, which is
it the Pegasus?
The Pegasus.
Yeah.
So one of my all-time of ever favorite episodes. I am so looking forward to that. I'm a little bit irritated that I had to wait till season 7 to get it. I didn't realize it was so far in the show. But such a great episode. And that's the one where Riker's old captain comes on board and they found their old ship and it's like half phased into an asteroid or something and they have to try to get it back. It's great. And then the last one I'm excited about, which I know you don't care for this one, but I love it. It's Masks. And that's the one where Data makes this mask and then like this whole ancient society takes over the ship. And I just think it's such a freaking cool and terrifying idea.
Okay, see, I have said in the past that I don't like Masks, but it is one of the three. I wrote 3 episodes that I'm looking forward to the most. I'm really looking forward to Masks. Yes, it's a completely ridiculous plot. It's quite riotous, but it's fun in that, you know what? We're about to be canceled, so we don't give any fucks at all. Let's just do whatever we want, kind of a feel, right? Where it's like a going out of business sale where you're like, yeah, everything's 99% off, right? Like, it's just really fun. Plus, like, Data,
I don't know if I'd use the word fun, though. It's kind of disturbing, but okay, I see what you're saying. It's interesting.
I mean, it is. Plus, like, the entire Enterprise starts to become transformed into like a temple, and Data brings the sass. Like, he's a sass master, and that's always really fun. And like, man, if anybody got to flex their acting chops in this series, it's Brent Spiner. Like, he got to be so many fun characters. I'm really looking forward to the Pegasus as well. It's also one of my top 5 episodes of all time.
Yeah. I was going to say top 3. It's probably one of my top 3. Yeah.
I can't believe that it's way up in season 7. I thought for sure it was like season 3 or 4, like in like the
canon.
age.
Yeah. Or maybe like end of season 5, beginning of season 6. But like they bury this gem way the heck
I was like, what are you doing way over here? Yeah. And then the 3rd episode I'm really looking forward to is Genesis. That's the Barclay's protomorphosis syndrome where the whole crew devolves. Oh,
okay. So there's 5 episodes I'm looking forward to. I forgot about that one. Yeah. Genesis is going to be so great to watch, and just to see all the different humanoid animal compounds,
like Worf and Troy, and she becomes kind of like a fish. And you're like, dude, hell yeah!
Riker becomes like a caveman. Oh,
of course he does. He already has the beard.
He has too.
Yeah. I also have 3 that I'm not looking forward to. One is Geordi.
I'm not looking forward to.
I know there's a lot, and I was like, it's kind of fucked up if I put all of them except for the Pegasus, Masks, and Genesis. But all right, Geordi's missing mom episode. Yeah, couldn't care less about that. Couldn't care less.
Beverly's brother episode. Hard pass.
Oh, F that. Beverly's ancient ghost lover episode.
Yeah, the ghost sex episode is coming up.
We don't need any of that. And then honestly, the one I'm least looking forward to is All Good Things Part 1 and 2.
Yeah,
guys, just be ready.
Because it's sad.
Because it's sad. They are 2 really great episodes. You know, it's Q. He's fucking with them. They're going back and forth through time and all that. But really, it's the end. And I will probably have a lot of tears when we record. So guys, just be ready to hear me blubber a bunch because I just don't want to let it go. We made this podcast because we love this so much. And to have it be ending is like, no.
Yeah, I will give an honorable mention to Inheritance. That's where we meet Data's mom, which I think is just really interesting.
Oh, yes. And then there's that twist. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
That's a good one. I'll give an honorable mention to that. Yeah. And I'll give an honorable mention to Firstborn because that's when we see like some time travel with Alexander and Worf, and I think that's a really interesting one also.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm also going to give an honorable mention. I know you don't like this one, but I like this one, which is Eye of the Beholder, and that's when there's some like Beta Z, memory transfer basically, and Troy starts living this whole other person's life, but on the ship. And you're like, oh, that's right.
Is this when they're in Utopia Planitia and she's like trying to solve that murder? Oh, yeah, that's a cool one. That's a cool one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can dig it.
So those are some honorable mentions, but pretty much all the rest of them, I'm not looking forward to. Like the Dark Phage with Lwaxana, hard pass.
No, absolutely no.
Yeah, like Geordi's mom, I agree.
Data's dream sequence again with I don't care about those.
There's bloodlines where Picard has a son or whatever. Who cares? Like it's just
Well, I know season 6 Shereese just stuck her tongue out so far. Like I didn't even know it could go out that far. Like that was a lot, girl.
Yeah, I'm just really not excited about it. And then after these, great episode, okay episode, sucky episode, then we're gonna end. And I just don't know if we're going to end on the very bestest of notes. So
I know. We might have to end on like yesterday's Enterprise again, just to be like, we're taking it back to the best. Yeah. But I mean, it's always, I always skip All Good Things 1 and 2. That
Me too. Me too. I don't even know what's in them, honestly. I know there's time travel. I forgot he was in them. was in both of them. I know Q's at the end. I don't remember.
He's interspersed through both of them, I think.
Like I only remember like scenes, like 1 or 2 scenes from both episodes combined, because I never rewatch it. Like I watched it once, as a kid. I rewatched it again when I started streaming, and that was all the rewatches. So it will be like a brand new episode.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's beauty in that, but anyways, I think this is kind of where we're ready to jump into season 7. Season 6 has been great. Thank you for the great ride, season 6. And thank all of you guys for sticking with us through all of these seasons. We are on to the final season, and there's something really beautiful about that. And yeah, we're just really thankful for all of you guys.
Yeah, I'm like, it's an honor. It's a privilege. It's been such a joy. And I am excited to at least have a whole season left.
Yeah, it's not over yet, girl.
Yeah.
And honestly, thank you to everyone who emails us and like sends us speak pipes and all this stuff. It really, really makes our whole day to hear you guys chiming in to be like, hey guys, just a quick thought, or even listeners who will sometimes catch like, hey, just in case you didn't know, like X, Y, Z, we're like, oh, we didn't. Thank you for letting us know about that. Like these are all really valuable things. And to hear from all of you is really, really important. So if you feel like dropping us a line for whatever reason, info@thetngpodcast.com. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us, and we will see you next week for season 7.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for geeking out with us. Be sure to join the crew at thetngpodcast.com to be the first to know when we do our live shows or host events exclusively for our members. We'll see you next time.